So anyway, what's going on, people? We are back with another episode with obviously entitled, or the theme of everything that's going to be talking about at the moment is World Cup, with it starting just literally days away. So we thought we'd come on a little bit early, give you some of our thoughts, let you guys know. You're an idiot. I genuinely think Puz just says to himself, right, I'm gonna have a few moments where if Chris says some trigger words, I'm gonna jump on it.
Hey. They're not trigger words, okay? I don't want the community to come after me, okay?
So let's get into it. Let's fly straight into it. Actually, off camera, me and Sim was having quite a good discussion about Ronaldo. So everyone is aware Ronaldo's done an interview with Piers Morgan, and he promised this. He called it his truth towards the end of August, and Man United have been sweating on it, but it's been released now. The guy does not hold back. He goes in on the players, he goes in on the staff, he goes in on the club, he goes in on the owners, he goes in on the Richard Arnold, he goes in on the manager.
Went on the chef.
He goes in on the chefs. He goes in on, well, not necessarily the chefs, but the facilities, isn't it? The gym. Saying lots of different controversial things. So obviously, I think the whole purpose of these interviews was literally to say, I want out. And he's going to come out. He's going to be let go, if you want. So Sim, you were making a point about how you feel, you know, I said I pretty much agree with everything he said, aside from what he said about Erik ten Hag, and you were saying that you think Erik ten Hag maybe made some promises that he didn't keep. Oh, Sim, you're on pause. You're on mute.
Basically, off camera, I was basically saying that I feel that instructions from the hierarchy of Manchester United has been filtered down to Erik ten Hag. So for me, it was when I aligned the dates with what Ronaldo was saying and what was happening, it was very clear to me a conversation definitely was going on between both teams, if that makes any sense, both parties, I should say. So when he came up with that statement before the season started and he said he wants to go, I personally feel that was brewing prior to obviously Ten Hag getting appointed, because obviously he wants to play at the highest accolades and everything. However, I believe the conversation they had, Erik ten Hag said, yes, you're in my plans. Obviously, I feel like Erik got there and he's realized, hang on a minute, how we need to play is not going to suit the style of football that I need to kind of produce results. Unfortunately, now Ronaldo's stuck in a hard place because he's thrown his toes out of the pram to say, I don't want to stay here, blah, blah, blah. The situation is that obviously I'm a professional, I do what I need to do. However, my heart's not in playing for Man United in this state. As you said, you've kind of said a lot of things that most football fans and United fans were aware of, but it's actually coming from someone that's
in the club, on the payroll.
Yeah, so now it's like, this is what I was saying to a lot of people. Now it's like, yeah, we're definitely not speculating, it's not allegedly, and this is facts now, because he said it. He's literally said it. So for me, I'm Team Ronaldo on this one, because I feel that a man of his presence, a man of his accolades, United should know well enough how to deal with this situation, or at least address the situation in a way where both parties can go away happy, and basically this interview doesn't happen, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So for me, is as an Arsenal fan, I love it. Because
especially when you wanted us to win the league.
Yeah.
Hey,
as an Arsenal fan, I love it. But as a fan of football, it is kind of sad, isn't it, to see one of the greats really go out and act out of character because he's not really getting the appreciation, and basically, yeah, he's not being allowed to be Ronaldo, isn't it? So for me, it's a tricky one, man.
Yeah, I'm a bit torn. Puz, what are you thinking?
Right. You don't know my views on CR7. Fantastic player. You know, it's in the record books for scoring the most goals so far. I feel this interview was a little bit self-centered. It's very, very much self-centered. He didn't think about the rest of the players in the squad. He didn't think about the manager. He didn't think about the staff of Man United that he's affecting. He didn't think about the fans. He didn't think it's all self-centered, basically. It's all about him. It's all about me. And that's how Ronaldo's been all his career. That's why I've never really been a fan of him, because he is literally all about me.
Paz, can I interrupt you?
If he doesn't, when I finish, if he doesn't score a goal, he doesn't really celebrate. Like when he was at Real Madrid, bro, if you saw when Bell was scoring goals, Ronaldo's not running up to him. That final when Bell dragged them back, Ronaldo's not running up to him. It's always been about me, 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 me. And fair enough, you want to play football, I understand. But the style of play that Man United want to play doesn't suit CR7. That's something he just has to accept. Eric Ten Hag will fill him in wherever he needs to fill him in. Now, granted, in the summer, he wanted to go. They should have let him go. I don't know. We don't know what was said behind the scenes.
Remember,
we don't know.
We had this conversation and you was like, I said, let him go. Because
I
saw this.
I said, no. We all agree. We're all on the same page. Ronaldo should have got let go. Agreed. And I said, and I agreed with you, Sim. I said, we need to let him go, but we can't.
We don't know.
No, you're moving like the board.
No, bro. Nah, Man United board are idiots. I said, as a fan, he needs to go, but Man United, we can't let him go because
but we don't know what's in his contract. We don't know his contractual situation. All we can do is speculate and see what's going on.
What's it got to do with his contract?
Because they may not, if they had to let him go in the summer, they may not have got a certain amount of money for him. They may have to pay a fee. That's why right now they're trying to sack him and they're saying breach of contract. If they sack him and they say breach of contract, they don't have to pay him out.
Yeah, but that's a bit not. That's
I think. Saying,
yeah, go on.
He's thrown his toes out the pram.
No, that's all he's done. What they're doing now.
And Piers Morgan is a bit of an idiot interviewing him in the first place, but he knew what he was doing.
That's what I'm trying to say. What they're trying to do now is save face. Now they have to let him go, because if he stays, he's made a mockery out of the club so badly. It's like you are definitely chasing the bag for him now.
But yeah, no,
let him go. They have to. There's no choice.
So why couldn't they do that in the summer?
What I'm saying is that the reason for the interview in the first place, we're not stupid. Fire me. That's what the interview is saying, isn't it? Fire me. It's not play me again tomorrow. It's not, I'm going to come back to Manchester. He's probably sold his house or stopped paying rent or whatever he's meant to be doing. He's done that. He's done it all already, innit?
No, he's not coming back. 100%.
He's not coming back to England. I don't blame him. But wherever he goes, he's going to be a problem from now on.
No, I don't think it will.
It will be a problem from now. Where's he going to go and start every single game?
No, I don't think it will, All
right, go West Ham then. You start every game.
No, his thing is, and I think everyone's forgetting, his thing is competing at the highest level. I feel, okay.
I understand that, but it's still very individualistic to do the interview in the first place. It's selfish.
Know what? We are criticizing the same guy that got all these accolades for being the same person when he was young. Now, he's not
even a Man United legend anyway. He's not even a Man United legend.
He is a Manchester United legend.
What, more than Andy Cole?
Of course he is.
Yes.
More than Andy Cole. Go look at the stats. This is what I'm telling you. Go and look at the stats. You lot are rating a man based on what he done at Real Madrid.
No, he's won the Ballon d'Or there.
Look at Andrew Cole's goal record compared to Ronaldo's. Look at Andrew Cole's goal record compared to Ronaldo. Look at Andrew Cole's trophy cabinet compared to Ronaldo.
Chill.
You Man United fans are deluded. I swear to God.
Hold on. Hold on.
I agree with Chris. He's won every accolade you can possibly.
What at Man United? I said he's not a Man United legend. I didn't say he's not a legend. I said he's not a Man United legend.
He's a Man United legend.
He's a Manchester
and I said
United
more
legend.
than Andrew Cole.
Of course he is.
Oh my God.
He is.
Brother, you lot get out the stats, please. I'm gonna get the stats.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Listen. Ji-Sung Park is a Manchester United legend. Darren Fletcher is a Manchester United legend. You don't have to. Steve Bruce is a Manchester United. You don't have to have scored more goals than Andy Cole to be a flipping legend.
No. But I'm talking about contribution to the team. To the team. Brother,
so now you're talking about two different things.
Solskjaer should be completely up there, higher than Ronaldo. If it comes to Man United legend.
What I'm going to say is he won the Ballon d'Or at United. If that doesn't make you a legend, I don't know what does. Am I lying, guys?
No, listen. Ronaldo has won 4 Premier Leagues. He's won 2 FA Cups. He's won 3 League Cups. He's won the Champions League. He's won the Ballon d'Or. He's in our top 10 all-time goal scorers of all time. He's got more goals and more assists in a single season than any United player in the last 50 years. It's not about stats, Puz, because I can give you stats. It's not about that. That man has won more trophies for Manchester United than the entire Manchester United squad has altogether right now. So it's not
talking about at the moment. If you're talking about at the moment,
I'm talking about the last 5 years. I'm talking about the last. In fact, screw the last 5 years. The whole Manchester United squad in the last 10 years haven't won as much.
If Giggsy came back, he's won more trophies than everyone.
Yeah, but Puz.
No, but you just know.
Think about what you're saying before you say it. You're just
I'm basing it on what you just said.
You're saying no. You're just randomly saying, oh, so he's better than Andrew Cole. Irrelevant.
Bro, what I'm saying is Andrew Cole's more of a Man United legend than CR7.
No, you're
Andrew
not.
Cole
You're saying Ronaldo's not a legend.
He
You're
scored
saying
more
Ronaldo's
important
not a
goals.
legend.
All right, that was my slip up. That was my mistake. He's a legend, but he's not. When you start ranking him, Man United legend. Is he top 5? Chris, is he top 5?
Yes.
You don't have to be top 5 to be a legend, Puz.
No, but he is.
But he is a legend anyway. He's a legend anyway. Like, okay, stats wise. By the way, you're talking to a Manchester United fan. Like, heck.
Bro, stats wise, you don't even touch Andrew Cole.
But it doesn't. Yeah, but what stats are you talking about? You're talking about goals scored. Because Andrew Cole was a number 9. He was a winger.
Goals scored. Trophies won. Goals scored in important games.
He scored a penalty in the Champions League final, mate. Like how much more? But he got us to that Champions League final. He scored 42 goals that season.
Single-handedly.
And he won Ballon d'Or.
That's what I'm trying to say. He won the Ballon d'Or that year.
Oh, Puz, literally, you just sound like a Ronaldo hater. You sound like you're on an agenda.
Yeah, man,
like,
I love the guy. What the hell? I love the guy.
I love it. I support Arsenal. But as a United fan and as a lover of football, if you lot are saying he's not a Man United legend, I don't know what is.
I don't know what qualifies to be a Man United. If Ronaldo's not a Manchester United legend, there's about 3 legends in history.
I've come back and I've said, all right, cool, that's my mistake. But I'm saying he's not more of a legend than Andy Cole. I'm proper Man United fan.
Is that your
agree with me?
Okay, all right, look. It's not about being a proper Man United fan and not a proper Man United fan, because there's no difference. You either support Man United or you don't. I don't disqualify people as being proper or improper.
It's like me saying Van Persie's flipping Arsenal legend.
If you think that, then Puz,
but no, he's not.
That's your opinion. But some might disagree with you. Some might disagree with you.
Puz, we can't really call him an Arsenal legend, though.
Look. One thing I'm very, 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 very pernickety on is people passing judgment on fans. I don't think as fans, as everyday fans, we have the right, and I don't think other fans have the right to say it to us either, to call other fans real or non-real, proper or improper fans. If you want to support whoever you want to support, wherever you're from, you can be from any part of the world. You want to support any team, that's your right. You have the right to your opinion.
I know what
no
you mean.
problem. There will probably be fans out there, Arsenal fans, I don't know. There might be Arsenal fans out there that think Van Persie's an Arsenal legend.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Whatever. I was speaking to my boys in work. They're both Arsenal fans. One of them thinks Rositzky's an Arsenal legend.
He is.
Well, look. I don't think so, because I think Rositzky was a bit of a sick note. I think he had a lot of injuries. But when he did play, it was his drippiness. It was the drip. It was his silkiness. He was like Modric. That's how he described him. That's why he liked him. And he loves those drippy players. He loves the Ozils, the Cazolas, the silk. He loves David Silvers, that kind of, you know what I'm trying to say. So that's down to him. So anyway, going back to Ronaldo, I'll just say my little piece on it just quickly. No, when you look at, I agreed with 80%. I'm very conflicted, by the way, with the whole Ronaldo situation, because he's my guy. He's my legend. I love him. I'm a huge Ronaldo fan. Ronaldo over Messi. I think he's the GOAT. And obviously he's playing for my club, so I'm a happy guy. But he needs to leave. He needed to leave in the summer. Manchester United should have done that. And there's one thing, because I don't like Real Madrid, but there's one thing, and I agree with Fabrizio Romano, who said it in an interview on the United Stand, that one of probably Real Madrid's biggest assets or powers is they know when to let a player go.
Oh, yeah.
So even their biggest stars, your R9s, your Raúls, Casillas, all of these stars, Sergio Ramos, they know when to let them go. Even Casemiro this summer just gone. They didn't want to let Casemiro go, but the president and even Carlo Ancelotti, they said the fire wasn't there. And Casemiro said himself that he wants a new challenge. So, and obviously they had Camavinga and Tchouaméni, so the squad's fine. But the point is, he's a legend. He's a Real Madrid legend. They know when to let them go. Manchester United is an absolute shithouse. It's run like a child's playground. We've got no one upstairs who is actually a football brain. I rate Edu. You've just made him your sporting, and you've just got another title.
Yeah, he's our actual sporting director.
He's actual sporting director. I think he's brilliant. I think he's worked closely with Arteta in the last 3-4 years and really built that club. That's someone who really knows and understands football. He reminds me of someone like a Edwin van der Sar, who's been in the game for such a long time. He knows the morals and the ethics, and he works from the ground up. We have no one like that at United. We've got Erik ten Hag now, but he's just come in the door. For the last 10, 15 years, we've been operating like dicks. And Ronaldo's seen it, and he's called it out. He said the board don't care. He said we've turned it into a merchandising franchise club. He said the facilities have not been updated. He said Old Trafford's not been updated. And by the way, all of this is true. He's called out all young players, which I agree with as well.
But by the way, guys, I'm not against all of that. I'm not against all of that. My thing is the criticizing of Erik ten Hag, and
I'm getting onto that.
The disrespect that was thrown towards him.
I'm getting on. Yes, you're right, Pastor. I'm getting onto that. I'm getting onto that. So the reason why I said I'm conflicted is because despite 80% of what I agree with, I don't agree with what he said about Erik ten Hag. Now, he didn't necessarily throw knives at him. He just said he doesn't respect him, and he doesn't think Erik ten Hag respects him either. I don't like that, because the manager has to be first. The manager has to come first, and I don't think he disrespected him. Erik ten Hag, leading up to pre-season in June and July, I can pull the videos, several interviews talking about how he's really looking forward to working with Ronaldo. Now, Sim's right. There was stupidness going on with Ronaldo. He cussed out Ralph Rangnick, by the way. There's stupidness going on with Ronaldo before ETH came in. ETH has come in. They've obviously spoken, and I personally think their relationship, leading up to this point, I think it was good. I think their relationship deteriorated in sort of June, July time, where maybe roles like Sim's talking about were discussed, maybe things in the team were discussed, and it was made clear that at the end of the day, Ronaldo's not maybe going to be number one. Having said that, it's not that he wouldn't have played because we've got loads of games, but maybe he just didn't like that. Also, he didn't go on pre-season tour, but that's not ETH's fault. That's more the club's fault. Not giving Ronaldo the respect over his sick daughter. Now, when that stuff came out in the interview, it made your heart bleed because you're just thinking to yourself, what kind of idiots are doing this? Now, Erik ten Hag in July, middle of July, again, who could pull this out, he said, Ronaldo can go. And this is where me and you, Sim, was talking, where I said, yes, he can go and he should go, but we can't let him go. Now, whose fault is that? That's the club's fault. Because Erik ten Hag, thinking about the team, says, Ronaldo can go, but we need a replacement. We were linked with Cody Gakpo. We were linked with Darwin Núñez. He was the #1 target before he went to Liverpool. We were inquiring massively about that. We were linked with Vlahovic. We were linked with Griezmann. We got linked with Rabiot. We got linked with João Felix. All of these players, none of them came to fruition. Erik ten Hag said he can go. Now, you guys both know that Jorge Mendes spent ages. He spoke to Bayern Munich. He spoke to Chelsea. He spoke to Sporting Lisbon. Nowhere wanted Ronaldo because guess why? The club wanted a fee. The club wanted to sell Ronaldo. They didn't just want to let him go. They wanted to sell Ronaldo.
But are they wrong to do that, though? Are they wrong to want a fee?
Yeah, they are. I think
they are. Because when you have a player that doesn't want to be there, you have to think of the bigger team. It's not a case of, oh, bow down to Ronaldo because it's Ronaldo. It's a case of what's best for the team. This guy, this interview could have been avoided. I agree with Sim. He has been frustrated. He has not been playing himself. He walked out. And by the way, guys, this is where I disagree with Ronaldo. Talk about disrespect, right? He walked off the pitch against Spurs. He was suspended against Chelsea. Didn't he captain the team 2 games later? Talk about respect. Erik ten Hag has respected this man. Erik ten Hag has played this man. It's this guy, I agree with Paz, who's got so up his own arse. Ronaldo's got so up his own arse. He's lost it. And now he's done this interview to try and get out the club. The only thing that I will give him is that whilst he's gone, he's obviously exposed all the things that we've wanted to talk about as Manchester United fans. Wholeheartedly, though, moving forward, Ronaldo needs to go. We need a striker in January, and that is one good thing that's come out of this. Man United were not going to go buy a striker in January. We have to buy a striker now. We have to. And that is what I really, really like. Ronaldo's not coming back.
The way everything's gone, it's all worked towards the detriment of Man United at this point anyway. No, but obviously that's an L that they're gonna have to take because after the World Cup, everyone's gonna be overpressed anyway.
Yeah, we created it. We created it. We could have sold it. We could have let him go in the summer. We could have got a replacement and then done.
I'll give you a prime example. Yeah, obviously it's not the same caliber. A Bamyan situation, very similar. And I think every United fan is a bit deluded because if you know a player is not going to be a part of your plans and he has influence on the dressing room and you know your team's already in the mud, why don't you just take that player out and let him go? Look, Aubameyang is a classic example. Didn't get along with Arteta. I think Arteta gave him more warnings than we can probably count, allegedly, yeah? Now he's got his dream move to Barcelona, did well for 6 months. They said, hang on a minute, yeah, you're all right, but we can get Lewandowski. Know what, by the way, brother? You have to go, you know. Where's he at now? In Chelsea, rotting away. He's not happy to be there. He's not happy.
And this is what I was saying like 10 minutes ago. I feel like the same thing is going to happen to CR7, but you don't know.
Nah, he's got too much of an.
Nah, he has to go. Paz, he can't.
No, but where? All right, guys.
Oh, where's he gonna go?
Topic, yeah. Finish up this topic. Where's he gonna go?
You
succeed,
guys. They're gonna sack.
No.
They're gonna sack.
They're gonna sack him. We know that. But where's he gonna go and succeed?
I'm gonna be 110% honest with you. He's gonna now he's for free. You're going to see a lot of clubs come in for him. 6 months and you get Ronaldo.
Look, Paz has got a good point, and this is
the only spanner in the works could be PSG.
I think he's either going to go PSG.
If they Chelsea. Do that,
I think he might go Chelsea. I think he might go Chelsea as well.
But just to give us 6 months of Messi and Ronaldo.
And guys,
PSG would do
I
that.
think they would do it as
The
well.
whole Qatari World Cup, everything.
Guys, no, I think they would do it as well. You got to remember, you're not cup tied this year. So if you get bought in January, you can still play in the Champions League or you can still play in Europa.
Wait, were Man United in the Champions League?
We weren't in Champions League.
Europa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
No, but you could be cup tied, innit?
You can't.
No, before you could be cup tied. Like
No, you
Before.
you can't play in another
No, Sim, I think they got rid of that last season.
They got rid of that time ago, man.
No,
Yeah, I think they got rid of it
now. They've changed it now. Before last season, you wasn't allowed to do that. Aubameyang wasn't allowed to play in Europa. Not Europa. Hang on a minute. No, it wasn't Europa because he played in Europa. What am I talking about? Who wasn't allowed to play? And they bought it.
I think they got rid of that time ago. So
yeah. I can see that. I think Chelsea might go in.
No,
well, Todd Bowley's been saying he's an admirer and he wants to.
Yeah, but if Graham Potter bends over,
I'll be real, man. Graham Potter, he's not in charge of that team no more, bro.
Then that's a shame, innit? That's a shame. If they let that happen, that's a shame. Because that's why they sacked Tuchel.
To be honest,
Sim, and Tuchel weren't responding in the DMs. But
yeah, he was saying that he doesn't want Ronaldo.
To be honest, Sim, Parter's got a fantastic point. Where is he going to go? And don't get me wrong, I personally think that he has.
Of Ronaldo still.
No, there's going to be loads of clubs that want him. I don't think he's going to struggle. I personally think he's had a couple of private phone calls. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done that interview. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Even if so, a lot of the teams like Sporting Lisbon, for example,
Chris,
linked quite strongly there.
You could have private phone calls, yeah. Look what Pep Guardiola's come out and said. Look what Man City have come out and said after the Ronaldo interview. Ronaldo was like, "Oh yeah, I was very close." City have come out and said, we was not close. We haven't even tried to sign him like that.
Yeah, well, there's only 16 Champions League teams left, isn't there? So of all those teams, obviously he's been strongly linked to Napoli, but Napoli have ruled anything out. They've made it abundantly clear that
over Osimhen. No way.
No. They've made it abundantly clear that they're not going to make any changes in the January in the winter transfer window because they're doing so well. However, they've laid a law on Osimhen to say he's not for sale, but he does have a price. If someone comes in with a £75 million bid, that's just over a clause in his. So I think the release clause is. I think he's got a release clause in his contract, and basically, if you offer over the release clause, they have to listen to the offer because they bought him for 70 mil from the French club.
Oh, did they?
That's why Napoli spent a lot of money on him. He's like 70
I didn't know that. I thought they got him for free or something, or for 25 mil.
So no, from French club. I don't know if it was Rennes or if it was Lille. Sorry.
He's giving them value for money so far anyway. So
basically, if you go in with £100 million, basically you can get Osimhen. I'm not saying that it's doable.
The first £100 million African player.
There you go. Napoli are a hard club to deal with, but for example, if someone
even though Dembele technically, but yeah,
if let's say for example, Man United came in for Osimhen, 95 million euros plus 10 mil in add-ons, right? And we'll give you Ronaldo.
My thing is,
I don't think Ronaldo's getting Napoli. To be fair, though, man.
Yeah, I feel.
I don't see. Even though they've got a cult-like following, I don't see.
Someone's telling me it's either Chelsea or PSG.
Anyway, nothing more about Ronaldo, boys. We've all said our bits, and to be fair, I think that there's going to be more to come at this because Ronaldo obviously can't back. There's been a lot that's been. He rated 3 players in that team.
Yeah, that's
he said Martinez.
He said Dallo.
Martinez, Casemiro, and Dallo.
Bro,
and
that's why he's trying to get him so fired. That's why Bruno's reaction was frosty. But now they're saying, "Oh no, we were having a joke."
But at the end of the day, I thought he would have said Varane as well, but anyway.
No. He said he rates Varane, but I think he was saying basically he can see those 3 players. Well, he said Dallo.
He only respects those 3 basically.
He said Dallo. He can see Dallo playing for longevity in it. He's gonna make the top. And it's true though. To be fair, Dalot's showing his class.
Dalot is a ridiculously hard worker. He's known throughout the whole camp. Like AC Milan, the reports they said of him after his loan was ridiculous. That he just works so hard. So let's move forward onto this World Cup because.